Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode of Near Mint Condition Gaiden. Today, I'm going to show you my haul for the month of May of 2017. I got my oldest daughter, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Omnibus Volume 2. This is published by IDW, and it's the stories of the Nickelodeon TMNT 2013 series, the CG one, but the stories are really good. She really seems to enjoy them. If you're not reading the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you should, because it's really good. Next, I picked this up at a secondhand store. This is X-Treme X-Men Volume 4, and it contains the Mechanics miniseries by Chris Claremont. This is one of the harder one to find from the X-Treme X-Men trade paperbacks. I'm not sure why, but it's online. You could probably find a used copy for about $25 to $30, but luckily it was only $10, so as I mentioned before, I'm going to do a custom bind of these, so I'm really looking forward to putting that together once I do them. Trying not to pay cover price for them. And then here's some in-stock trades that I've picked up. Let's see. I'm trying to finish out my Superman New 52 run. So we have what is Volume 6, I believe, of Superman, and then Volume 5 and Volume 5 of Action. Then the Final Days of Superman, which contains like the final issues of Superman, I think. Yeah, Superman 51, 52, Action Comics 51 and 52, Batman, Superman 31 and 32, and Superman Wonder Woman 28 and 29. Those were the final issues before they rebirth. So, trying to finish that set off. Let's see what's next. I'm actually reading this because I just got this in. Invincible Volume 11. Invincible was one of those books that it took me a little bit to get into. Everybody was like, oh, you're going to love it. It's just like Ultimate Spider-Man. But, I don't know. It took me probably toward the end of Volume 2 to really get into it. And it is a really fun book. And that is the only way to describe it. It's a fun superhero book. It's a fun story, like, take on superheroes. And it's just Kirkman, the guy that writes Walking Dead. And the art, what really sells me, honestly, is the beautiful color on Ryan Ottley's artwork. Urge is wonderful. And his art is really nice to look at. But yeah, Volume 11, I think we have one more volume before the series wraps up. And it's one of those books that I look forward to when it comes in once a year. So, the big one right here. So this is Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3, the classic years. So that's the direct market version back there. It is identical to this version here, but the only difference is it's just the cover. Everything else is identical. This, they don't even try with the fake leather that they used to use. It's just the standard black cover. This collects issues 68 through 104 of Amazing Spider-Man. Collects the letter pages as well. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I'm not sure why it doesn't collect any of the annuals. Maybe because they jam-packed them in Omnibus Volume 2, but I'm really looking forward to reading this because there's a lot of these issues that I haven't read. Spoilers. The Death of Captain Stacy trade paperback. That kind of spoiled that for me, but yeah, there's a lot of John Romita stuff in here that I haven't seen. I'm really looking forward to that, especially his take on the Green Goblin and the revelation. Like, it's a fun storyline that leads up to, of course, the death of Gwen Stacy, which hopefully will be covered in Volume 4 whenever that comes out. Next, I'll just show you a quick look at some of the books that I got through my comic book day, free comic book day. I know you've seen some on the haul, but I Am Hero, which is the story of a manga artist that is fighting zombies in some kind of apocalyptic future. So, looking forward to reading that. I picked up Volume 2 because it was half off of, it was 20% on top of the half off price at half price books. And then this is one of Clamp's earliest works. I think it came out in '89 in Japan, and Tokyo Pop had the rights to it, and this is RG Veda. I believe there's a second volume that goes with this, and if you don't know who Clamp is, it's a team of four ladies that write and draw manga, famous for Magic Knight Earth, Cardcaptor Sakura, and X 1999. And then, yes, Queen and Countries. I think I've shown you guys these volumes 2 through 4, which I need to pick up volume 1. The new Thunderbolt series. These were $5 each. And then more half-price books. Mice Templar, which I need to read this. This will probably be the next book after I finish Invincible volume 11. Good thing about Invincible is it doesn't take that long to read. And then Spaceman. And after that, I'll definitely read this, because I'm a big fan of these two. Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo. I'm not even sure what this book is about. I've been meaning to pick it up forever, because I'm a big fan of Rizzo's artwork. And I really love 100 Bullets, so looking forward to reading this for the first time. Now, I also picked up some comic books, which I haven't done in years, because I wait till trade. I'm a trade waiter. So, I picked up the Flash and Batman from the Button crossover, and then X-Men Prime, and I really enjoyed the Button. It's been a fun storyline. X-Men Prime is okay. Now, shout out time to Hardcover Comics. He's got a YouTube channel, Matthew. And I bought these scalp books from him, 1 through 4. And they came in excellently packed. Thank you very much, Matthew. I read the first 2 volumes, and it's really grown on me. I wasn't really digging it at first, but I'm really enjoying it now. And I can't wait to dig into volumes 3 and 4, and then I gotta pick up volume 5. And then I also picked up the second half of the Brubaker Omnibus, which finishes off the Brubaker and Michael Lark storyline. Next is one of my Humanoid books that I can't believe I missed a few months ago. And actually, it's been a year. This book came out a year ago. This is Jodorowsky and George Best, the same guys that did White Llama. And it's about a guy that's born with a tail. That's all I really know. And he has a gun. But it's Jodorowsky, and it's Humanoid books. So I know I'm in for some excellent reading. So I cannot wait to read that. Next is Saga, Volume 2. Collecting, I think, issues 19 through 38, I believe. Yeah. And if you haven't read Saga, you owe it to yourself to read it. 36, I'm sorry. Volume, yeah, issues 19 to 36. And it's got some gallery at the end. It's a great storyline. A great Romeo and Juliet, Star Wars kind of mix. It's a damn good story. Really, really fun. And the artwork by Fiona Staples is amazing. It's really beautiful. I had never heard of her until I read Saga issue 1. But man, I fell in love with her artwork. Really enjoy these covers too. Next on the list is the second omnibus of the George Perez Wonder Woman series. This is one that I had a hard time reading Wonder Woman by George Perez. And I know, I love the artwork, first of all. But it's just the story, for some reason, I never got into it. Even when, as it was coming out right after Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was just one of those stories that I never got into. But I reread it last year in the omnibus format. Actually, I guess maybe because I'm older, I really enjoyed it. So even though George Perez is only writing and not drawing any of this, I'm really looking forward to reading it. Yes, he's still doing the covers, but the artwork inside is done by, I believe, Chris Marion. Is that his name? Chris Marinin. Probably butchering that name. Yeah, so he's got a co-writer, Mindy Newell. So, looking forward to reading this. Mainly because I really enjoyed rereading Wonder Woman again. The thing is, this book was $100, and I got it through Amazon. I had it locked in and pre-order for $37.50, and it only holds issues 25 through 45 in annual number 2. And $100 is kind of high because I think it's only like 508 pages, about 100 pages less than the last omnibus. And I realized that one was also $100, but still. Now, what I'm really excited to show you guys are some custom binds that I did. So first up is the Teen Titans Omnibus to follow up Jeff Johns Omnibus Volume 1. These are Volume 2 and 3. Now, I had Kiefer, sorry, help me out with the covers and things like that, because it's kind of, I've been out of the custom binding for a while now, so I wanted to get back into it, because I showed my Excalibur in my book tour. But this one here, this is volume 2. I mean, done by Huchin Library. Tim Benson, by the way, shout out to you as well, sir. Amazing job and great communication. If you have any questions, that guy is great, and we'll get back to you. If you're wondering, this volume 2 right here is a mix of single issues, trade paperbacks, and I believe one of the hardcovers. Yeah, I think my year 1 was a hardcover. But flawless. Like, look at that. That is impressive. Kirk helped me design the cover and the back cover and the spine to match the Jeff Johns Teen Titans Omnibus, Volume 1. So in this one, I decided to collect Year 1, issues 26 and 27, which are the hated Gail Simone and Rob Liefeld issues, but I'm a completist, so screw that noise. I had to throw that in there. People hate on Liefeld as much as he wants to, but I still love the guy. So that's what I included in here. Also, the rest of the issues, 47 through 71. So some of these were never collected, like the Amazon Attacks issues. Yeah, like these issues right here were never collected. So I was really excited to do these binds. And then Volume 3, of course, finishes off the pre-New 52 Teen Titans run. And it's the final issues. So, again, this is a mix of single issues and trade paperbacks. So I'm really, really, really happy with the outcome. I did the design for the front, or the chapter pages, and then did a little something like that. But yeah, really, really happy with the way that these turned out. Love the way that they lay flat and I can read them. Just very impressive. Custom binding has come a long way since I first started doing them, and like I said, I haven't done them in like 7 years, so it's amazing. It's very little, very, very little glutter loss. It's pretty cool. All right, next I got custom binding of Outsiders, volumes 1 and 2. Again, Kurt Kiefer, thank you for the help walking me through these things. I know I had so many questions. Let's see, I think the first volume is nothing but the trade paperbacks, so still pretty solid. Yeah, just on the table of contents page, and then the back page. Now this one here is a mix of single issues and trade paperbacks. I put in the Return of Donna Troy in there, and some of the issues that were missing towards the end, I believe. But this finishes off the Judd Winnick run and starts off the Chuck Dixon run, which leads us to the final book I wanted to show you guys. Batman and the Outsiders Complete Collection. This one I did all on my own. No help. And I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I love the look of the spine. I love the colors, the way that it just came out. I mean, I know I picked it and I designed it myself, but it's still, the finished product is so beautiful to look at. Let's see. So, table of contents, including the issues that are in the book. So this one is a mix of trade paperbacks, the first hardcover, I believe, and single issues. I also included DC's Last Will and Testament because that book has never been collected anywhere, and I figured it's the story of Geo-Force and Deathstroke fighting to the death. Sorry, I'm just still in awe over this book, the way that it turned out. Yeah, so stick it in here. Kirk also helped me map those, so mapping this, I had to do it on my own. Luckily, I was collecting the books as they were coming out, so I kind of kept them in the order that they belonged in. So yeah, if you don't want to wait for a trade paperback or an omnibus of a story that might never be collected, do yourself a favor and look into this custom binding stuff because it's great. I highly recommend it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out again Hardcover Comics. He's got a YouTube channel where he reviews books. He's a great and friendly guy. And stay tuned and watch our weekly episodes.